Hi everyone! How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for the level 1 hype train right off the start. That's so nice. I apologize for the lisp you're gonna hear. My lower braces are pulling teeth outward, so everything's a little there's a lot of adjusting going on with my lower teeth. So but I hope you all are doing great. It's been a busy weekend here trying to get this all ready to go again. I've got this thing you might remember used to be back over here, and you'd see it in the background sometimes on my streams, but you couldn't really make out the pictures, so I moved it here only for the workbench streams. And today, of course, we're going to do a Commodore 64 workbench stream, that project I've been working on, where I'm going to replace the keys in the keyboard and clean up the case. That's what we're going to do today. But at first, I wanted to just show you all it working with the new, I've got a retro tink now. Hope I can move this without it stopping the capture, but sorry, Retro Scaler 2X, which is the newer version of the retro tink. So that's really cool. That's helpful for doing these kind of streams. Do I have an Amstrad? I do not have an Amstrad. I've seen them at the Vintage Computer Festival, though. I've got my little mascot here. This is Bubbles. So he kind of keeps an eye on things when I'm not streaming. Let's move her over there, though. So actually, let's gently move this machine up. It's squeaking. There. So you can still see it, even though the planets from Starbidded are up there. This is just a coaster. So my plan, again, I'm gonna use this Mr. Clean, this magic eraser to clean up the top of the case. But for right now, just because I already have it plugged in, I already have a game in there. One thing we didn't do the last time I streamed and showed this Commodore 64 was test something that had audio on it, and I wanted to just do that really quickly and kind of capture that it's working. You should be able to see and hear. Yep. So this game is one I picked up at the Vintage Computer Festival, and it's called La Abbé. I think it's French, right? La Abbé de Morts. I think it's the Abbey of Death, if I'm reading it right. But you should be hearing clean, crisp audio from the Commodore 64. Hopefully it's all coming through nicely for you. I have to look over here while I play it, though. So we're just gonna do a couple. Again, this was just to show the sound working, show the capture capability now that I have from the workbench using that retro scaler. So pretty awesome. I can use that for many of the 8-bit machines I've got. We'll figure this out. Again, this is just to show the sound capability and everything. Might as well enjoy playing it though a little bit. Here we go. Okay. More health, nice. What did that do? And do I jump through here is the question. Aww. That's cool. Hopefully the background music isn't too loud. You want me to quiet down the Winamp music? Oh, speaking of, you're not even seeing Winamp because I minimized it. There you go. There's Winamp showing what music's playing in the background. Slow moving though. I like when they're together. Here. There we go. Okay, good. 12 crosses against the evil. And that's the first cross, I guess, so I need to find 12. And what that tells me. Oh. Game over. Alright, one more time. And then we'll get to starting to clean up the case here. Escaping the Crusaders. Oh, I could get that extra health. Let's get this first, though. It's a little hard to tell sometimes that the pixels are gonna hit each other. Alright, might as well grab it. I need it, apparently. I'm not a great platform gamer. These traditionally haven't been my favorite types of games. This one's, I mean, considering it's C64, the music and everything though, it's really fun. Alright, come on. There we go. Got it. Spiders were difficult. Probably meant to be easy too. I want to look over here again, that was cute. Alright, so now I think we go back down. Just fall? Yep. Let's see, whoa, very loud motorcycle just went by. Put the cross here maybe? No. Oh, I probably place it here. Okay. I have the cross here. Let's see. Somebody's knocking on the door. I can't seem to, you know what? I don't even have a keyboard. I wonder if I can do more with the keyboard. Yeah, I'm not too sure what else to do here, but let's go ahead and move on to cleaning up the C64. The case anyway. Alright, here we go. When I shut this off, it should get, yep. There we go. By the way, I'm using the new brick power supply. I showed that last time. I got that at the Vintage Computer Festival too. I'm gonna turn down the music in my ear, it's a little loud. There we go. Get this unplugged. So just to look at the back, again, this is gonna say VIC-20 because I'm putting it in a VIC-20 case. But I'm just gonna lightly clean up this side with the magic eraser. And then I will heat this up and peel it off, and then on the Commodore 64 case that was shattered in shipping that I have, I'll take the sticker from there and the sticker on the front and put that on the new one, or on this one. So and this again is the keyboard that we had set up last time with the fuchsia and white keys. So that was kind of the whole point. I just wanted to have one in colors that I liked, and putting it in the beige C64 bread bin would have looked a little odd, you know, with these keys, but so I'm trying to brighten this up a little bit and get in there, and we'll see how it goes. That's the plan. So I have a little dish with some water in it to get this wet and start cleaning this up. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I'm just gonna step over and grab that. I forgot to bring it over here. Well, actually, I purposely didn't, because I didn't want to knock it over while I was getting ready to start the stream. Alright, hold on everybody, be right back. Let's keep it going here though. All right. You probably can't even tell very much on the screen that there's dirt on here, but it is a little grimy. I'm just trying to make it like show presentable, you know? And I'm gonna take this to the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest with me. It's probably a little too much water. Alright, let's set this aside because I don't want to cut myself to add more. I wonder if getting the edge wet, I can get this off easily. I don't want to ruin it though. So the story with this VIC-20 case is that it was a machine I got from the Shop Goodwill website, and the game port on it doesn't work anyway. Obviously I could probably try and fix it, but I already have a working VIC-20 behind me, right there. So that's the one I grew up with, the working one. Funny, I can actually see stuff up there that I can't see on here, being directly at it. Now the top of this thing is the one that's really dirtier. Okay, that's good for now. Oh no. Can't have that moved. Alright. No spider webs or anything on the underside. No real need to clean that up much. So, oh, there's stuff though. Nice. This is the side, it's nasty. Hey, Hot Kebab, how are you doing? Hope you're well. So again, I'm gonna get this sticker off. I'll probably use, just like my, I have a hairdryer that you can take all the attachments off, and it's a convenient, it looks very much like just a little heater you would use for working with electronics. And bring that back down and use it to clean it up. Oh wow, that's working so well. Nice. This is a scratch here. I hope that's the one part of this case that doesn't look or won't look great, but when I'm at the festival, maybe somebody will have tips on how to get that scratch fixed up. I don't know, personally. Yeah, that's how dirty it is. That's actually helping so much. Wow. And inside these slats here. Try the other side. Squeaky. You can see the dirt moving. There's a lot of dust buildup. Oh, the mic's not picking that up. It sounds like a wounded animal squeaking. There's a bunch of grime in this little tiny split here. Just from hands over the years, probably. That works so well. Like, this is a really good method for this. If you ever need to clean up an old computer. It's less harsh too, I think, than using like a sprayer in your shower or something. Because I've seen people just take these literally into their bathrooms and power wash them essentially. I like having this big screen view of it too. It's looking way better. Hi there, Vismupply. How are you doing? Good to see you. We're in the final stages of getting this Commodore 64 swapped into this VIC-20 case. That's gross. I have to wash my hands. I just cleaned up, you know, essentially 40 years of grime on this case. Hi there, Quantum Punk. What's sevens? If you're looking to get in the Star Citizen giveaway, just do exclamation point enter, and then I'll get you in there. If you want to stick around for a little while and watch, you can try out Star Citizen. That's the little game everyone's playing at the bottom of the screen. I created that game to honor Star Citizen. It is basically kind of the mini-me version of Star Citizen. You can play while watching a Twitch stream. Yeah, other than that scratch, I like the way this looks. Oh. This spot right there. Okay. Wiping away the excess moisture there. I think we're good. Alright. I'm probably gonna step away for a second here. I need to grab a quick drink. What's that? Did you print the Commodore case? No, sorry, this is a VIC-20 case. It's original, and I'm just gonna use it for a Commodore 64 because last time I did a Workbench stream, I swapped out all the keys on this keyboard to have a Commodore 64 that is essentially like fuchsia and white keys, and I wanted a bright case. So the VIC-20 case, the bourbon case, can work with the Commodore 64. So did I retrobrite it? No, it's been pretty well cared for. This one, the one I have back there, is even in better shape because that was my original one, and it didn't fade much. So that's the thing. The VIC-20 cases, I think they were made with better plastic because the Commodore 64s, they're in a state right now where most of them are, they turn darker colors, and the plastic is much more brittle. And if you buy one and you get it shipped, there's a good chance things are gonna break. So yeah, I love the way this looks with the kind of upgraded keys. So I think we are good here. I'm gonna go ahead and let this just dry for a second because it's still a little moisture on the underside. Oh, actually, I can wipe the keyboard down too. It's pretty dusty. Make sure there isn't too much moisture here. And the keys are all, you know, basically brand new, so I don't really have to wipe those down much. Okay. Feeling good about that. It looks so nice. Alright, get that nasty thing out of the way. Right, Schnitz? Yes. Yeah, the VIC-20 case is definitely older color. Let me get this water out of here, and then I'll bring over the one that's shattered in shipping to show you. I did this on the last stream, but just to kind of show the story of what led to me doing this and wanting to put this in, you know, a different case. So, 1 second, let me grab it. So this was the sad state of affairs when I ordered this one from Shop Goodwill. You can see where these are where screw posts were. Welcome. It's so sad. Again, I'm gonna salvage like the LED light from here. I'm gonna take the rainbow sticker or label badge, whatever you want to call it, off of it there, and put that on the VIC-20 one. And then I can show you. Like here's, I kept all the parts just in case I wanted to do like a Brady Bunch fixing mom's lamp thing and try and glue this together. But there's no way. There's just no way. It completely shattered. And the screw posts are broken. It's a mess. The clips for connecting to the base are broken. So again, sometimes they package things really well from Shop Goodwill, and sometimes they just do not. But on the bottom here, you can see this particular Commodore 64, the serial numbers P01916607. And it's kind of interesting how the badge is over here instead of centered, you know, but hopefully I can get that off and get it transferred over to the VIC-20 case. So one thing I noticed on this VIC-20, let's try comparison. So the C64 for cartridges, notice how there's barely a lip here on the bottom. When I put when I put the C64 into the VIC-20 case, I noticed for cartridges there's not much space here. The lip comes up higher, probably because the VIC-20 cartridges were thinner, I assume. When it came to the VIC-20 that I had, we mostly did things with just audio tape. So here's what I mean. You can see how much the base here lifts upward, and it partially blocks the slot for the cartridges. So there's a couple ways to get by this, I guess. I could either figure out, you know, a way to have the screws lift up a little bit where they're it's mounted a little differently with separators or like little rubber washers underneath the screws. I could potentially do that, but I think I mean, I could file it down. I'm just scared. I'm scared to do that. Like, if I were to file it down, I'm worried that you know, I'll ruin the case after it's in such good shape. So that's one thing I'm still gonna potentially have to redo even after getting this all hooked up. Again, I don't have many cartridges. I won't be using it that much. I have a disk drive for the C64 and a tape drive, so that's primarily how I'll be playing games and things on here anyway. But you know, it would be nice to have that very accessible and easy to use too. I was able to still, because right now the screws aren't on super tight, I was able to just kind of pull it down a little bit and get that cartridge in there when we started the stream. But again, it had to be like held down to get it in, so that's a bit of a problem. It's impressive that these old hardwares are still working. It is for this one. You'll see on if you go find my YouTube channel, if you go to retroalcove.com, you'll find links to a bunch of my videos. I don't think I added a link to the latest one. I have to do that still, but you'll find the playlist out there for Retro Alcove, and you can watch that later if you want, where I go through 3 different Commodore 64s, a Rev A, a Rev B, and a Rev C, and this was the only one that was working with no problems. The other 2 I have to do some work on. I was even chip swapping between them, using the chips from here and the other ones, and ultimately we didn't get them working fully, so we'll have to work on those another time. But this is seated in here. Again, it is kind of, maybe I could go with the idea of using rubber washers to lift it up. I just worry, let's practice everything in here without hooking up the keyboard. By the way, my dad passed away 2 years ago this upcoming week. So it's gonna be a rough week because it still feels fresh and recent, even though it's been 2 years. But a lot of what you see in this room is thanks to him. Like, he was I've talked about him before, but he was an engineer, very smart, and I like to think a lot of his brains passed on to me. And because he was he was a structural engineer, so he used to do draft work, and he would have to use CAD programs, meaning, you know, he started getting into early computers and early IBMs, especially as soon as CAD programs were available. He would try to stay fairly current with what was going on in personal computing. So thankfully, I always had access to a computer that was probably only a year out of date, maybe a year and a half growing up, and that's amazing. Like that led to my career right now, which you know, I'm an IT lead architect, for those that don't know. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. Hey there, Liquid Skies. How are you doing? I think we found it. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's just the weighted magnet there. Look at that. That looks so good. All cleaned up. All right. We need to transfer over that LED light from the other case. Get it plugged in properly here. The keyboard. It doesn't look like I can mess that up because look, You can tell there's right there. There's one slot where a pin is missing, and when you plug in down here, there's a missing pin right here as well. So it goes this way. So that's easy. And when it comes to the keyboard, I'm closing one eye to read it better. Down here, is where the LED, well, the LED plugs into. And I can see traces for the first two pins only. So, and I'm pretty sure we'll have to look at it. Can I grab it? And this was the shattered C64, shattered in shipping. So I'm gonna very carefully get this LED light out of here. I wonder if there's a trick to this. Oh, there is a little prong there. How do we do that without breaking it? Actually, it might just be spinning in there. There's gotta be a trick to this. I'm gonna try and look it up really quickly. If y'all don't mind waiting on the be right back screen for a few moments. Give me a second to do a quick research on my other computer. Nope, the mouse went to sleep. There we go. Alright, I will be right back. Hey everyone, I'm back. So, shout out to Hag's Lab YouTube channel. That's where I just found something on this, and what he was doing on there was probably the same method I was, just trying to pop it off with a screwdriver, and that wasn't working because the lip is like really close to the plastic, I think. So mine's already pretty loose too from me manipulating it, so I can try a similar tool to what he did. He used a pair of needle nose pliers, and we'll see if I get anywhere on that. If not, then I need to use a razor. I don't really want to because I don't want to accidentally cut the wire, but let's see. Hell yeah, I got it. So that's like the inner ring piece, and I didn't break it. And now I should be able to just pop the rest of it through, I hope. I don't think I broke it. Let's find out, shall we? Let's look at the back. See, I think this has a ring to it too. Yeah, okay. So now the question is, okay, maybe I did break it, I don't know. Either way, I think these pieces will go back together in the other case without too much issue. Let's see. I got it out of there. And that black ring, I think I want to keep that, because that's already existing in the VIC-20 case anyway. So again, here's our new case. Well, not new, but cleaned up case that we're going to use. And there's the black ring. So the challenge now is to see if it's compatible. Interesting. Okay, so there's that one. Yeah, I think it's just a thing where it kind of gets snapped in around the other piece. So let me try that here. I don't know, these outer rings might be different than, you know, like because I don't know if you can see that. There's that ring from the VIC 20, and the one that's still on the wire here. Oh, it is starting to hold, no? Then there's this one here. They really do look the same to me, and that's not broken. So it's just a matter, I think, of the others. I can push that in. I just need to hold that from the other side, get the light in there, and then fit that outer ring around it. It's a little tricky because my finger can't like do all that at once. The only Commodore you had was the pet. Happy to have been hanging out with you for 2 years. Aw, thank you, Gonzo. 24 months. Wow. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here for 2 years. Oh, it's so close to being right there. Yeah, this inner part. I think I need to bend these outward just a little bit so it'll catch on the other ring. There. See if that works. Something like this shouldn't be so complex. It's such a simple solution. It's this piece is smaller. The ring on the wire here. That just fall off. It did. Well, now, okay. Now I can just use the VIC 21. They have to be about the same. Let's try the VIC 21 on here instead. Pardon me while I use my close-up eye. I know. Alright. The light needs to be through. There. Okay. Oh, damn it. That was so stupid. Okay, I got the light to snap in, but now the ring is not on the wire with the light. That was dumb. Hold on, I have to take that off again. So silly. But that answered an important question for me. That pushes the inner, there we go. Okay, that pushes that inner piece outward at the very tip. And I think that's how it grips this other ring. I just gotta be more forceful, that's it. Not my strong suit. Here, let's do it this way. Put it all the way in the end of the wire. There. Say with such confidence. Now let's get this on here somehow. Come on. Don't fight me. I kind of wonder, like maybe I jam the light into there after the two rings are already together, because it pushes that outer part. I thought that's it. I gotta get the light out again. Okay, let's try that. I'm not pushing the light in until these two rings seem to be sharing space here. Kind of like that. Now push the ring in, or the light in. Please. There's only a way to hold that up without breaking my freaking nail. Let's see. And without scratching the case. Nope, that's pushing through. Such a challenge. I almost have it. I don't even know how long I've been fighting with this thing. What time is it? That was like 12 minutes already. Now the real question, once I get this on here, is the LED light still gonna work? It should. Ooh, I got one side on there. Oh my gosh, I think I just got it. They snapped together. Yay! For having those claws, you still nailed it. Thank you. They are nice though. Like the girl that I go to who does them, she does an amazing job. Oh no, for all that manipulation, the little thing here started to peel up a little. And I want to keep that gold one on because it makes it a little more unique. I'll just drop a little glue under there later, but it's in. I did it. That was a major victory. All right. Now, so I'll save that for the other, in case I use that other keyboard anywhere. So this has got to go this way. No, the other way. Red facing down. That's what I told myself when I took it off. I remember now saying red facing down. But you can tell too, because again, there's 3 prongs in here, but there's only 2 wires coming in. And it's like this first one and the middle one only have wires. So looking on the motherboard, looking on the C64, you can see the 2 traces coming out of there. So it's obvious that that's, you know, where the 2 go, the power and the ground. Okay, that's on. And now, again, this one, you can't really mess up either because there's a missing prong, or a, you know, a spot where there is no connection, no slot for the thing. Beautiful. Nice. That's all the way in there. Okay. We'll just lightly put this on here, plug it in, and then I think the wire might be. Oh yeah, we have to. There's hooks on the back that you have to get in first. So let me do that. That magnetic ring wants to get in the way. Okay, cool. Beautiful. That's in there, nice and solid. Beautiful. All right, now let's see if the power LED works when I turn this sucker back on. All right, we ready? Let me turn on the. Again, I'm using a retro scaler too. I'm gonna have to switch the TV input on this side. I can see. Okay. Check it out. Boom. It's working. Well, the shift lock was on. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Like a type better. And print. My gosh, it's been so long since I've done this. Were you all like me, and when you were going to department stores, would you write a little program on a computer like this and then let it loop so that it was constantly causing an issue for the people that work there? I never did that. Just kidding. Stop hitting shifts. That's such a habit. Oh my gosh. Okay, retro. Alco. Else? Wait, can I not instantly type a program? Like on the VIC-20? What the heck? Out of data error. Oh, question mark instead of print? Okay, let's try it. Let's do hi. Stream. There we go. 20 go to 10. There we go. And of course, if you can, I'm trying to remember how you go zigzag across the screen. It's been a long time since I've done that. And then run stop. I'll break it. List your program. Good old days where you could instantly program BASIC. Well, now I just gotta get the longer screws in the bottom, and this thing is done. It's like back together, other than potentially, like I said, getting the cartridge thing a little more accessible. So, because I don't want to break that plastic. I mean, again, the other piece I need to do is to replace that label and replace the you know, and oh, by the way, the LED light is on. It is working. I didn't break it. Put a semicolon at the end. Okay. I'll do that. 1 second. Then 10 is question mark. Hello, world. Hey, world. I'm at a weird angle too. My hands should be up higher. I think you're right. I think the semicolon makes it stay on the line, doesn't it? You're totally right. Thank you. Yes. That's what I remember. And if you left that running on a computer, like well, for me it was like service merchandise and stores like that. The employees there would be like, what the hell is going on? They didn't know how to fix it. Here, let's add some spaces in there now. So 10 question mark. Let's do sub. Oop. Gotta stop holding shifts. Subscribe to. I did shift again. Retro. Alco. Exclamation, exclamation, space. And semicolon. Let's see how that. Oh no, there was this. Hold on, I think if I do shift insert delete or shift lock, can I move? No. There was a way to go back and edit the same line, I thought. Well, we'll just leave the subscribe to looking weird. Let's see what happens here. There, I like that because it keeps that space, and that looks pretty cool. You returned from your AFK. How you doing, Uwe? Did I grow up in California? No, I didn't. I'm born and raised in Illinois. I've been to LA several times though. And San Diego and San Francisco. So I do like California a lot. So why don't you go do what it says? Go subscribe to Retro Alcove. By the way, this is one of my coasters I'm bringing. Oh, hold on. To the Vintage Computer Festival. If you come to the Vintage Computer Festival in Schaumburg, Illinois next month, you'll get one of these for free, and other stickers and things from my channel. And I'll be there with a table. And I don't want to say yet what my table is going to be, but if I'm able to get everything hooked up the way I want, it's going to be really fun. So, last year I did a Wing Commander tribute. I had Wing Commander 1 and 2 on a 486 DX250, which is this machine right here. And then I had Wing Commander 3 and 4 on the machine next to it, which is a Pentium 200. And that was really cool. People were coming to the table and just playing the games. And well, good news, the Bears are up on the Bills. 21 zip in a preseason game. Nice. Well, my brother and my other family members will be happy. I don't really follow them anymore. I only used to follow the Bears thanks to my dad because he was so into it, and it was fun to watch the games with him. Oh, and by the way, there is Retro Alcove merch, like the hoodie, and I have an 11-ounce and 15-ounce coffee mug out there too. So you would love to go, Gonzo? Yeah, the Vintage Computer Festivals are amazing. On the YouTube channel, I've got a complete walkthrough of last year's, where I hold the camera as I used my GoPro, and I filmed it as if you're the one walking through. So it's a really good way to see kind of what people had out on display that year, and what was for sale and things like that. So if you want to take a look at that later, it's a pretty good walkthrough. I had somebody in chat tell me it was their favorite one because I was careful with the shakiness of the camera and everything. I tried to make it so you can actually see things rather than just getting a general idea of what was there. One. Nice. Okay. So you're just repeating 5 times, then doing like a blink line. Nice. A little fast, a little hard to read, but I think there's a way to slow it down too, right? Yeah. Cool. Alright everyone, we are raiding Admiral Poops. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's give one more look at my modified. Get this weapon out of here. We finally did it. We put together... I still need to swap the labels out, but I will do that off stream because that's going to be stressful, and I'm going to be trying so hard not to ruin the VIC-20 label or the Commodore 64 label. But I also want to look up recommended ways to do that and ways to adhere it on there without damaging the plastic. So that's gonna be my goal. But the raid's gonna kick off here in just a second. So thank you so much again, everybody. Nothing but love for you all for those subscriptions and helping keep my channel going. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Love you all. Bye. If I can find the ending credits. There we go.